Hello, you're watching QPVN News. I'm Anh Tuấn and we keep you up to date with the headlines. Vietnam and Singapore boost defense ties. General Nguyễn Tân Cương pays tribute to former party, state and military leaders. Soldiers stand by the people. On July the 22nd, head of the party Central Committee's Commission for Information, Education and Mass Mobilization Nguyễn Trọng Nghĩa and the working delegation had a meeting with the Standing Committee of the An Giang Provincial Party Committee. Senior Lieutenant General Huỳnh Chiến Thắng, Deputy Chief of the General Staff of the Vietnam People's Army, joined the delegation. After the merger, An Giang is the leading province in terms of population and area in the Mekong Delta, with over 9,800 square kilometers, nearly 5 million people, more than 200 kilometers of coastline, nearly 150 kilometers of border adjacent to Cambodia. Mr. Nguyễn Trọng Nghĩa highly appreciated the efforts of the party's Central Committee and the government of An Giang Province in the new development journey, suggested that the province continue to perfect the two-tier local government model, ensuring effective operation of the apparatus while focusing on the preparation for the APEC 2027 in Phu Quoc, an event of special significance, creating a development boost for the whole region. On the morning of July the 22nd in Hanoi, General Phan Van Giang, Minister of National Defense, held talks with his Singaporean counterpart, Chan Chun Sing. Defense cooperation between Vietnam and Singapore has seen positive, comprehensive and substantive progress in recent years, playing a vital role in strengthening bilateral political trust. Notably, delegation exchanges at all levels have been prioritized, while mechanisms for consultation, dialogue, information sharing effectively maintained. In addition, bilateral cooperation between military services and arms, maritime security and safety, and training remains a highlight. Both sides continue to support each other at multilateral forums and mechanisms. Minister Phan Van Giang expressed gratitude to the Singaporean Ministry of Defense for providing scholarships for specialized training and language courses for Vietnamese personnel and for hosting officers from the Vietnamese Navy, Coast Guard and Border Guard to work at the Information Fusion Center. He also thanked Singapore for sending a high-level delegation to attend Vietnam's major events. For his part, the guest agreed with the points discussed with Minister Phan Van Giang and affirmed Singapore's commitment to welcoming Vietnamese officers for training. He stressed the importance of maintaining effective dialogue mechanisms, especially the upcoming defense policy dialogue in Vietnam. Minister Phan Van Giang called for deeper, more trusted and substantive cooperation in key areas, including delegation exchanges, consultation and dialogue mechanisms, personnel training, professional experience sharing, and young officer exchanges, military medicine. He also called for continued mutual support in ASEAN defense and security forums, as well as international events hosted by either nation. The same morning, Minister Chan Chun Sing and his delegation visited the headquarters of VIET Group. On July the 22nd in Hải Phòng, General Trịnh Văn Quyết, chairman of the General Political Department of the Vietnam People's Army, attended and delivered a speech at the 14th Congress of the Navy Service Party Committee for the 2025-2030 term. General Trịnh Văn Quyết highly appreciated the recent achievements of the Navy service, while stressing that the task of safeguarding the fatherland, building the military and consolidating national defense poses higher requirements and demands, requiring the party's Central Committee and the Navy to continue to improve their capacity, qualifications and overall strength, as well as promoting the cultural values of alcohol soldiers in the new period, making all naval officers and soldiers truly exemplary in politics, ethics and lifestyle, and absolutely loyal to the party, the fatherland and the people. On the occasion of the 78th anniversary of the Wounded Veterans and Martyrs Day on July the 22nd, General CUONG, Chief of the General Staff and Deputy Minister of National Defense, visited, presented gifts, and offered incense in tribute to former leaders of the party, state and military. In a solemn atmosphere, General CUONG expressed his profound gratitude to the great contributions of the previous generations to the revolutionary cause of the party and the nation, and the cause of building the military and strengthening defense. He emphasized that the great contributions of former leaders have led to victories, which are the pride of the Vietnamese people, for today's and future generations to learn and follow. General CUONG inquired after relatives of former leaders and hoped that their relatives would continue their family tradition, building a prosperous and civilized country. Visiting General Ngô Xuân Lịch, former Minister of National Defense, General Đỗ Bá Tị, former Vice Chairman of the National Assembly, former Chief of the General Staff of the Vietnam People's Army, Lieutenant General, Hero of the People's Armed Forces Đặng Quân Thụy, former Vice Chairman of the National Assembly, General CUONG inquired after and updated them on the outstanding results of the Home Military in the first 6 months of 2025, especially the results of the Home Military in building the local military organizations and the preparations for the 80th anniversary of the August Revolution and National Day on September the 2nd. General CUONG wished the former leaders good health, continued to make valuable contributions to the development of the Vietnam People's Army. At the invitation of the Ministry of National Defense of Turkey, a delegation of the Ministry of National Defense of Vietnam, led by Senior Lieutenant General Hoàng Xuân Chiến, Deputy Minister of National Defense, attended the International Defense Industry Fair 2025, IDEF 2025 for short, in Istanbul, Turkey. On July the 22nd, the opening ceremony of the exhibition took place with the attendance of Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan and more than 1,000 guests from countries around the world. IDEF, held every 2 years, is one of the world's most prestigious defense industry exhibitions. This year's event features a wide array of naval, air and land systems, military and security equipment, weapons, ammunition and defense electronic devices. Vietnam's participation in the event reflects its interest in international defense industry cooperation and reaffirms the government and Ministry of National Defense commitment to promoting equal, mutually beneficial partnership in accordance with Vietnamese law and international commitments. On the sidelines of the exhibition, Senior Lieutenant General Hoàng Xuân Chiến held a bilateral meeting with Azerbaijani Minister of Defense Industry Vurgan Mustafayev, toured exhibition booth and met with defense enterprises from Turkey and several other countries. He proposed that Vietnam and its partners enhance exchanges and explore potential cooperation opportunities based on each side's capabilities and agreed on directions to promote defense industry cooperation in the coming time. On July the 22nd, Senior Lieutenant General Phùng Sĩ Tấn, Deputy Chief of the General Staff, presented the decisions of the State President and the Minister of National Defense to 3 officers who are about to depart for duties at the United Nations Interim Security Force for RBA. On July the 22nd, at the periodical conference of parade forces participating in the celebration of the 80th anniversary of the August Revolution and National Day, Senior Lieutenant General Nguyễn Văn Nghĩa, Deputy Chief of the General Staff of the Vietnam People's Army, asked relevant forces to make thorough preparations for the event to achieve the best results. Regarding the military parade at sea, it is necessary to maintain good mobility and continue to review and complete plans for organizing formations at sea. The Deputy Chief of the General Staff stressed the importance of robust logistics and full provision of uniforms and equipment for all units during the training and travel of forces, especially in stormy weather conditions. The Vietnam-China Joint Army Training Exercise was held on July the 22nd at the Changlong Chongchuo Training Base, Guangxi, China. This is the first time the two countries' army forces have conducted a joint training, which is one of the activities to concretize the joint statement on continuing to deepen the comprehensive strategic cooperative partnership, promoting the building of Vietnam-China community with shared future that carries great global significance, enhancing the coordination capacity between the two countries' army forces in joint activities for peace and stability in the border area. After the opening ceremony, delegates visited the area displaying weapons, equipment and training facilities. As planned, the joint training program will take place from July the 22nd to the 30th with a variety of practical content in line with the defense cooperation orientation between the two countries, such as camouflage skills, weapons and equipment, shooting techniques and UAV control structure. In response to Typhoon Wifa, military officers and soldiers overcame hardships to reach those in need, providing timely support and protecting the people. Even after the storm passed, they stayed behind, helping locals recover, build homes and clear roads. Their unsung dedication once again strengthens the image of Uncle Ho soldiers in the hearts of the people. Cát Hải Special Zone in Haiphong City has several vulnerable dikes. Nearly 100 soldiers from Regiment 50 were deployed in advance to stay on standby and respond to any emergency. After repairing the dikes, the soldiers helped stop salt water from flooding vegetable gardens. These are meaningful down-to-earth actions, close to the people and for the people. Lunch began at 2 p.m. followed by a quick rest before continuing to support the people. The storm has passed, but we remain here, determined to help the people overcome the consequences. With the motto of putting the people's lives first, Haiphong's armed forces, in coordination with local authorities, evacuated nearly 700 residents from vulnerable coastal areas and deteriorating apartment blocks to safer shelters, providing accommodation and free hot meals. In hard times like this, civil-military solidarity truly shines. Soldiers and local forces helped the elderly and children locate to the March the 8th kindergarten. These soldiers were truly dedicated, working day and night for the people. Despite hardships, even skipping meals, after the storm, they helped repair damaged homes, clear fallen trees. The people truly appreciate and love them. After the storm passed, these soldiers quietly accompanied the people in bringing each evacuee back to their home, helping them return to normal life after days of hardship. This is the end of the QPVN News today. Remember to watch our news again at qpvn.vn. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.